I got this Montgomery Ward Powr Kraft 17-inch drill press router. This screw here, this screw here, this screw here, and this screw here. And then you pull this off, just unscrews, and that can unscrew all the way out as well. Although you don't need to unscrew this all the way out, you can just, this is on a spring back here. So you can just unscrew it a little bit, just enough to turn that sideways, and then the whole assembly can stay in there, and that'll save you a bunch of hassle when you're putting it back together later. And then this plate comes off, and then there is then these 4 screws up here. They're long screws, they go all the way through into the back of the housing here. It's kind of a bitch to work on with the top, but this is what I came up with. Works out pretty nice. Holds that stupid thing up because there's nothing to like tie it to, or everything on the top is so smooth. So anyway, that made it easier for me. This is the speed controller I ended up getting. I'll put like a picture of it up or something so you can see it. And then this was the old guts out of this thing from 1970 something or other. Interestingly, once I got inside of it, everything's separate, which was really cool. There's a switch, which I will probably just be jumping. I'll bypass that thing because the drill press has a switch on it. Also, it comes with its own 3-wire separate potentiometer. So I'm hoping I can just use the original faceplate and put all of this new stuff in there and still use the original on-off switch and the original potentiometer placement. So we'll see how that goes. I did make the old, see it's got the holes on it for mounting. They're kind of that kind of an angly, shapey type thing. It kind of leans back inside of there on a diagonal. So I just cut a piece, I had a piece of plastic stuff laying around, so you could use anything. You could probably just get away with, I don't even know, man, the side of a milk jug or something. And then I just zip tied the board. Just zip tied it through and put some zip tie heads on the other side and just cut all the tails off. Burn through a bunch of zip ties, but it looks really cool. And it keeps the board up off of the plastic, so it is actually floating there. There's no contact, it's just got the 4 little zip tie feet there. So yeah, now I'm just gonna continue wiring the rest up, and we'll see if I can get the stock controls working. Alright, this is what I got so far. I was able to peel the sticker off of the plug off of the new speed controller and just stuck it on here. And this is exactly how I got it. 1 for 1, 2 for 2, hot supply, and the ground, I guess. Hot and ground, 12 volt, or a DC, right? And then even on the old one, it's a 3-wire DC motor, but they never did use the 3rd wire, or at least that's how I found it. It had a wire nut on the end of it, so and it doesn't seem to do anything, so it definitely works like this because I've already had it wired up once. So to its power switch next, it's lighted, so it's a 3-wire switch. The 2 that are on the same side, they are the switch for the actual. So this 3rd one here, I'm just gonna cut it off right by the plug. So you can see there, I cut off the 1 wire right there, little shorty. Going into that plug, that was for the light, the switch light. And then these other 2 wires, I assume they didn't really care which way around they go. I think it's just a through switch. So they come around through the original wiring down through this, which is cool because it's got the original safety switch on it, which stops the actual main switch from working. I'm gonna turn this off. Hey, look at that. Alright. Potentiometer is wired in. And here's what I ended up doing on the other end. I have some little female spades. So I just did that. And I have some heat shrink. This is the final assembly here. New potentiometer, old wiring, new speed controller. All hooked through the factory setup. So I don't have to drill any holes, I don't have to have a nasty, like this was my original idea. Just bolt that on the side or something dumb, you know, but this is way cooler, man, because you can't even tell. So everything's nicely tucked back. This little thing right here you gotta watch for, so it's got teeth that go all the way up to the top here. So they come all the way. So make sure your wires are nicely tucked back behind that. Screening or what? Yeah, it's going. Alright, and that sets the thing. You can like set the depth and lock it down. But they left a little thing like there, so you can put it on afterwards, which was pretty nice. And then equally as pain in the ass is through here. I pushed it up, there's another block. Oh, did it fall back down again? Yeah. And this one also, oh, you just heard it, likes to fall down. I think my Allen key underneath it. Oh, fuck, gee, you kidding me? Man, it's like being back in high school. This is good, Lord. Huh? I see something. Alright. And then once you got that all lined up, like that, sideways, you can slip that guy on there and then move your pointer. Nice little touch. They got silver screws for where the front panel is silver, and they got black screws for where the front panel is black. It's pretty nice. Don't have that attention to detail anymore, do we now? Do we? It's plugged in. Got a 1/2 inch bit in there. Oh, just in case any of you wondering, because this one never did come with a. The chuck was messed up on it when I got it, so that's what we ended up with on it. Rigid Supreme Professional. I'm a Supreme Professional, you guys. Model 1500. Blah blah blah. 33 taper. 0 to 1/2 inch. Alright, so I was able to get this back on. I had to put a little spacer in there, make sure it was nice. We got the on off button. So on. Let's give it a little. Alright, so it doesn't kick on till. But either way, one thing I'm interested in is how slow I can make it go. Number one. It says 15 on there, but it doesn't honestly. I mean, and then how much torque does it have? Hardly any. Doing that speed there. I mean, it's going. Can't load it. I've got a little load on there. So pretty much it seems to be pretty much the same as I bloody remember it, but at least it's working now. I mean, I'm loading it a little bit. It's chewing through. So yeah, there she is, man. Up and working again. Plenty of torque high up. Alright, making a mess now. Zero torque, but it does turn. I mean, you know, if you had a nice sharp bit, you could probably do something in something really small. That's it, man. Project is over.